Hello, hospitality lovers, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Talking Hospitality by Schulering Hub. I'm your host, Mauricio, and today we'll hang out with a superstar, the content creator who set the pace for the international growth of Asksuite, a public speaker, an awarded podcast host, named Top 25 Social Media Influencers in Hospitality in 2021, and a global top 20 hospitality executives to watch in 2022. Welcome to the show, Paula Carreirão. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, Maurice. It's a pleasure to be on your show. And wow, when you say like this, it's a lot of pressure on me. When you introduce me like that.
Well, that's just all the truth. So no pressure, it's just yourself. So just be yourself because that's all the truth. So Paula, humans always come first before business here in the Schulering community. So tell us, what is your story? How did you get where you are now?
Okay, I will try to be concise. Usually I fail in that, so you can cut me whenever you want, Mauricio. But I used to work as a hotelier before I joined Asksuite. So I worked as a hotelier for about 7 years. I started as a front desk agent and then worked my way up until general manager. And then I have like a crisis, as you can say. I thought I loved hospitality. I still do. I still work in hospitality, but I felt like it was time to change a little bit. I struggle. I think people will relate to this, especially general managers that are listening to you. I would struggle a little bit with the lack of routines, and crazy times to working times and all that. So anyway, so I said, so I decided to, I'm not going to be a hotelier anymore. What am I going to do next? And then I started looking, basically I have no clue what I was going to do, to be 100% honest. I just started, I use a lot LinkedIn. It's my source for a lot of things, and especially related to work. So I started browsing there, and then I met, how can I say that? I met content marketing because I didn't have no idea what it was. And then I thought, this can be something for me. But okay, so how am I going to start, because change, I can say it, I'm not that young. So I was already 37 years old, which is, it's not a typical career change. It's not typically happen around 40s. So I was like, okay, so how am I gonna sell myself, but to start over. And then I found Asksuite on LinkedIn as well. And they talked to me because they have a solution. I'm not trying to sell Asksuite, but this is actually the story. They had a post about WhatsApp for hotels, and was something that I struggle as. I think many can relate to that too. At least in South America, WhatsApp, it's crazy. It's a big communication channel. So I was all day long answering questions and messages. So anyway, I saw their post, and they have this solution. I was, I wish I had this when I was a hotel manager. And then I thought, okay, I believe in this. This is for me. It's something that it's really important. I believe in the solution. I believe in the company. I thought I start looking, I start following them, and it appeared to me that it was a good culture and all that. So actually, my plan was, because people ask me, my plan was actually to get inside Asksuite first, because they didn't have any content marketing position back then. Yeah. I'm talking about 4 years ago. And so they gave me a chance. I started in sales, and eventually after 8 months, then they transferred me to content marketing. It's where I am now. So I started knowing nothing. I still have a lot to learn, but I had to learn really, really fast, and to keep the pace. And they are also a startup, so they grew very fast too. They're still growing. And so that's why I am now. Now I'm helping hoteliers, that wants I was once there. I was in their shoes, so I think it helps me a lot doing what I do.
Yes, with our industry, hospitality, being an insider, it makes such a big difference, isn't it? Because we are such a tight grip, the hospitality industry only trusts hospitality industry, basically. That's one of mainly the problems, the issues we have with our community here, at least in the Czech Republic. It's just a very trustful community that only trust themselves. So being an insider definitely must have been a lot easier for you to get involved.
Yeah, and especially because the main thing of my job is it's help hoteliers through content. Of course, you have like the sales part. At the end of the day, we want to bring more customers to Asksuite or retain the ones that we have. But many of the 80% of my job, at least, it is around actually helping the industry, especially because we were pre-pandemic and all that. So if I know, of course, one thing that I found out, because I was a hotelier in Brazil, right? But I do international content, so I have to connect with hoteliers that have different. Not only different backgrounds, but different scenarios and different challenges. Yes. It's not the same. It's totally not the same. Of course, have some some issues are the same. But anyway, so I think it was good. Of course, it helped me to relate. It helped them to relate to me and yes. Vice versa.
Yes.
Because I knew at least some of the challenges and the feelings and all that. That's so important in content. Is connection. For me at least. So yeah, it definitely helped me to get where I am now, to do my job, still doing my job. Yeah,
that's amazing. Sure. That's amazing. Now, let's talk a little bit about business and how you are contributing to the hospitality, to the industry now. What is Asksuite and how does it help the hotelier?
Well, Asksuite itself, it's a company that it's actually a platform, omni-channel service platform. Meaning that we integrate all the communication channels in one screen, in one chat, not only in one screen, but in one chat. So it's easier if I give you an example, like Mauricio, I have a hotel that has Asksuite, and then you start, which is very common, you visit our website, the website of the hotel, and then have our chatbot there, our virtual assistant. And then you ask something because, I don't know, are pets allowed or something, because you're not finding. And let's be honest, no one wants to go through all the information in the website. Yeah. It's easier to ask. We are a generation that we ask everything to Google, so we're used to that. Anyway, so then you ask to our agent there, to ask the chatbot, sorry. And then, okay. And then you continue your search for the hotel, whatever. Then you talk to your wife, I don't know, your family, and then you decide, and then you are on Instagram later on, or the next day or whatever, and then you find the hotel again, and then I forgot to ask this and that, and you're still in the considering the hotel, right? The stage, you're not having booked yet. So then you talk to us again, but through a different channel, right?
Yeah.
And what happens if you don't have Asksuite? It's two different chats, right? And the agent, that maybe you can ask for a human assistant if you want, and then you want to talk to an agent there on Instagram, for example, it's a human agent, and then he doesn't know this history of your chats before with other channels. So with Asksuite, it's like the hotel have one screen and then have one chat for Mauricio. So the agent can see all the history, the chat history that we have, regardless of which channel you're talking with us, which makes the experience much better. You don't have to repeat yourself, which we hate. Yeah. Everybody hates to repeat themselves. Yes. And it makes more, the service, it's unified in a way, you know, and it makes more sense. And it's easy, of course, to convert as well for the hotels that are, we are very focused on the pre-stay, the pre-stay stage. So it's an AI booking assistant that we call, because we're focused on that and focus on direct bookings. So basically it's this, and then for the hotel as well, we have the dashboard. So you can follow some metrics that are very important, like which channel you're getting more volume of service, volume of first service, the time response with something that, and then because Asksuite it's always improving and developing the product, and we are seeing this gap that especially sales. Yeah, when you talk about hotel sales, there are some metrics that, of course, the hotel managers or hotel sales managers follow. But when you talk about customer service connected to sales or reservations, then because it's hard. If you don't have the technology, how are you going to know what is your time response? It's impossible. But it's really important, so you can figure out what is the gap that you have. And then you make adjustments to your operations, so you don't miss any opportunity of revenue, not only for direct bookings, which is our core, but also like revenue in general. So the platform, it's made for, also we have this dashboard that it's a report, so that also helps for the management and control of the service as well. I hope I understood, made myself clear.
No, you did. It's a whole solution in the customer service, and if I understood well, with the main goal of getting more bookings directed to the hoteliers. So it seems pretty straightforward. I can relate to that because we have, like, of course, a small independent group, and for about 5 years or so, I was the social media manager. Yeah, but there are 9 hotels. Yeah, so Facebook and Instagram, and on the weekend, it's not the time that you want to be talking to anyone, but it's when everyone wants to talk to you. Yeah, exactly. And that time, and I'm talking to you, independent hotelier that has someone in the family doing your social media, because it's very common. And you need to understand that person will probably not get the answer in the right time, and probably lose that credibility with their customers. So having a service that is connecting and talking and directing them to the right spot is already a very valuable solution. So it's great.
Yeah, it's a combination of humans, and to be clear, of human and technology. That's what we believe, and I think most of even hotel tech companies believe, because this is an issue sometimes, but it is a combination, and it's making it the customer service simple, easier, and the conversion as well. Because I forgot to mention, but the AI booking assistant, it's integrated with booking engine, so everything's in the same place. And like you said, usually hotel managers, hoteliers don't have that much time to answer in the peak season and all that. But customers, they're travelers, they don't want to wait, and it's so easy to they usually send your hotel message and 3 others, and basically who answer first and better gets the booking. If you haven't been with you, of course, stayed with you. But so it is really important to be fast, and to be not only fast, but a good service. Because
let's talk a little bit about that. We are going through a pivotal moment in the world. Not only hospitality, we being hit hard by the crisis, but the whole world is changed quite fast. And there is everywhere, we always are missing something. So what's the one thing you believe that's still missing in hospitality?
Well, I do think I'm going to be biased here, because, I'm going to talk about my own little world, because it's what I feel comfortable. So forgive me for that. I still think the pandemic accelerated a lot of things that were supposed to happen in hospitality. One thing for sure is the adoption of technology. It was still very slowly, and have a lot of still hesitations depending on the kind of technology and all that. And the pandemic even like simple things. I'm not talking about like the super expensive kind of stuff like Internet of Things or nothing like that. I'm even talking about like being in digital, like really your hotel having a good website. Let's start with that, because you know people do everything on the internet. It's so the pandemic have this side of accelerating this digitalization and adoption of technology, which I still think is still going on. I think we are like, if we take like the majority of the hotels, it's better, but it still have a lot to do. You still can find like I said, hotels that still don't use that much either their website or social media that you mentioned. Social media is not just for post nice pictures anymore. It is a communication channel, and I think that, and I understand that many hotels also don't. They're small size, and it's hard to. That's why technology comes. It's like everything, Mauricio. I think everything is too much today. It's a lot of channels, of distribution channels, it's a lot of communication channels, it's a lot of it's impossible to keep it up. So you need technology. So for sure, one thing I think is that, and the other, it's still a crisis in many countries about recruitment and retaining talent. So for sure we still have a long way to go there, like taking care of our humans and our hoteliers, because I can say, because I was hotelier, it's not an easy life. You have to you give up on a lot of things, and it's of course have the benefits of, otherwise no one would be in the industry. But it's for the long run, it's very demanding. It's a very demanding industry, so we need to I think some are doing better than others, like the technology had opened their eyes and say, okay, we really need to take care of our employees. Some are still, I think, kind of blind to that. So I would say these two issues are the main ones that we still need to work on, for sure.
So hotelier, do you hear that? Technology and taking care of our human side. And I think that they go really well together, because once we start implementing technology, all of a sudden the human side starting have more quality work time, like you better use the human side of the business. That is the face, that is the smile, that is the kindness that we can imply. And the thing that is robotic, you let a robot.
Exactly. Like probably you too. I used to like to answer 100 emails per day, and maybe 90% of them was copying and paste. Who wants to do that? Like, it's not that that you were happy doing that. Just today you do have automations and you have all this kind of templates to use them. You don't need to and go talk to your guests, because usually people that are in hospitality like to talk to the guests or interact in some way. And that's where you shine, and you should shine. So exactly. Let the boring tasks and repetitive tasks to technology and focus. And if you work like in revenue or sales or whatever, and reservations, I before in my time didn't have any almost any technology with like channel manager. So maybe you have this too, and then you have like, oh my god, it's now we don't have any books, so go into booking.com, expedia.com to close all the availability, otherwise it's overbooking. Now you have now you have technology to do that, and then you can just focus on the price strategy or whatever it is that you need to do, or creating a offer, whatever. It's like you said, I do believe in that too. When you add technology to the equation, then you're helping actually the human agent. So that's no, I think that we could be talking about this for a day or two. Sorry.
But let's have a little moment, back to the future moment. So Dr. Emmett Brown now, and we are going to 2040. We're going a little bit ahead. You got there and you need a place to stay. How would hospitality look like then?
Yeah, that's a really tough question because, a lot had happened that we didn't plan. So probably it's hard to even say, what is next year will be like. But again, I will be a bit repetitive, but I do think it is the combination again of technology and humans in the sense of making it easier. You have to make it easier for guests to do the things that they want. Like people who are more independent, and I don't know how to say that. Like customers usually, or you have to offer them the opportunity to, if they don't want to interact that much, they can, but you also have to offer like this interaction for those who want. Because even when I think about me as a traveler, sometimes depending on the occasion, sometimes I just want things fast and easy, and sometimes I want to talk and to get to know the insides of the local or whatever. So it really depends. So if I say like, I don't know, you said so many years, 10 years, 15 years, I do think that we'll have a lot of automations that will make, guests' lives easier. But I do not believe, I think they even try, but I still don't believe. I think they try in Japan to make it a hotel, Japan or China, I don't remember now, with only robots and things like that. And then it didn't work. Yeah. It didn't work, and I still think maybe I would change my mind in 5 years or something. And even though I work in a hotel tech company, I do not believe that. I think we do want this person interaction, people to people. So yeah, I do. I think. Oh, and I have. Okay, I'm gonna change my answer. I have two options. This I think will be trendy, to have automations as much as you can, with the support and the human agent there. And also what we see here, since everything is so technological and fast and all that, maybe hotels, they are isolated and nice and peace. I think there's a really it's trendy, and it will keep on trending. We want to escape a little bit of the chaos, so maybe we'll have some old school hotel somewhere still, but it's not in the sense that it's old.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe not that technical.
Romantic, let's say. It's not old, but it's romantic. Yeah.
Nostalgic or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. Because I was seeing this, and I've seen this happening, like people going to hotels there, very isolated, and to slow down because we are so accelerated all the time. Maybe I'm gonna give you this.
That's a really interesting point. Like a Brave New World even gets a little bit there. Yeah, the famous book written in the 20s, but that our society got so complex that people would escape to a little park that's a forest to live like humans, where they wouldn't have the pills to make them happy all the time, and this thing. So it's really escape for the human side. So it's a very interesting point of view, and I do believe that will be actually a very powerful trend, and probably even a lot earlier than 2040, the way that we are moving.
And now that we're saying, just to complete my set, not only that they're isolated and all, but sustainability, it's something that hotels need to incorporate more and more, because we need that. Like the world is aware of that, and people want that. Travelers choose. Many travelers choose accommodations looking to this, and the planet needs it. So yeah, I think it will be also that sustainability can be also big thing in 10 years. Definitely. It's already a little bit, yeah.
Sustainability is it's probably the main subject that the World Tourism Organization is now bringing up, asking startups to bring more and more projects. So if you are a startup and you're listening to this, go there to the World Tourism Organization and read their website, because they're talking a lot about sustainability now. But Paula, how people can find you?
Oh, it's easy to find me. First of all, because my name, I know it's hard to type, but once you can type it, you can, I think it's just me. I'm not going to say the world, but anyway. So yeah, LinkedIn, it's my social media of choice. Yeah. I'm always there and posting and all that. So you can find me there and follow me. Of course, you can go to asksuite.com/blog. It's where the content is posted there. The main content forms are there. And I have Instagram as well, which is my name as well. So @Paula Carreirão. You can follow me there. And yeah, I'll be happy. Please do. We're happy if you contact me. Yeah.
Well, Schulering, I will be putting all her links in the comments. Okay. So it's easy to find her there. Paula, it's been pleasure to speak to you. You are an amazing person. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Sorry that I talked too much. I told you that I had a problem being concise. So anyway, so thanks so much.
It's perfect. That's what we need. We need people talking hospitality and getting that evolving as we want. Thank you very much, Paula. Thank you.